Hi, beautiful friends. Welcome. Today, our practice is really about getting that energy flowing. We're going to do a full body Yin Yoga practice. We're going to get really deep into the hips.
So we'll do the gluteal group, friends, specifically the tensor, fascial, latae, and that's the TFL and PSOAS group, and all the surrounding tissues around this musculature. We're releasing through the fascia. So it's a deep, deep myofascial release. And we'll even do some vagal stimulation to really help us get into the yin mode.
Get started on the mat. I'm using a big pillow like that. And I'm also using a strap and one block. So modify with what you have. So let's just get started. Arrive here on the mat. I'm using the pillow on my legs for caterpillar, or just simply folding forward. If you're new to yin, remember we soften into these poses. And it's even a good reminder for the seasoned yin yogis, because we have to sometimes remind ourselves to let go, to unwind. So let your head go, let your whole spine just drape forward, moving energy through those beautiful passageways in the connective tissue. The passageway for lymph and blood and all those energies moving through the body. So creating lots of space, letting go through the back of your head, through the facial musculature, and also through the facial tissues. Maybe take a moment to set your intention. What do you want to cultivate?
Now take a nice breath in, and we are going to do some Brahmari breathing, which will help to stimulate the vagus nerve and help us to really get into our yin mode. So you're going to say the sound Om, but say it with your lips closed. Okay, so let's try one Om. And then let's just do two more with our lips closed.
Okay, friends, slowly come on up, and let's take our prop aside for a moment. Come onto your back side, and we're going to take the right leg over the left, okay? Coming into a reclining swan. So right leg, again, a yin swan. You might know it as pigeon. in your yang practice. And you can wrap your arms around your legs and just soften here. And you're welcome to extend that left leg or keep it bent. Now let's release those legs. Take the legs up and give them a nice little shake. Really shake them, and then let's add the arms in. And you can take it from side to side, in and out. The wrists, both hands. Keep shaking, shake, 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 shake. Moving that energy, shake, 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 shake. Maybe flubber the lips. Move it forward and back, and then a little side to side. Really shake it. Okay, let's release that. Take your feet down and windshield wipe your legs. And then we'll take the left leg over the right, guide the right leg in towards your chest and give it some love. Maybe give the legs a nice little hug or thread the arm through. And you're welcome to extend that leg here as well. Just play with it. Now, friends, uncross your legs, rock back and rock up. Massaging out your lower back. Go ahead and grab your prop, whatever it might be. Mine's a nice big cozy pillow. Take your hips up on top of the pillow. If you want to, you can even add the block into this, okay? And take your hips right up on top of the block. And then from there, we're gonna go into a half happy baby, okay? So pull that right knee down towards the earth, and the left leg can extend out or it can be slightly bent. And then let's change sides. Take the right leg down, left leg up. Now let's move into the full expression, taking both feet up into the sky. And reach your tail down towards the earth and then soften here for a little bit. Let's release this. Yep. Let's flip over. Take your knees nice and wide, and we're going to come into a child's pose. So take that pillow right inside your belly and then drape yourself forward.
So friends, we are not quite halfway through our practice, but we're going to do some breathing work that will help to just keep us in that yin mode and help us drop in a little bit more to that yin state, the state of rest and relaxation and restoration. So while you're here, simply inhale and exhale, bringing your attention back to that inhale. Then at the top of that inhale, I want you to sip the breath in again. Hold it for a moment, and then exhale out completely, really exhaling out, allowing and let it go. And let's do that together. So we're going to inhale again, and hold it, and exhale completely. Stay empty for a moment. And then shift gently back into your natural rhythm, staying in this pose for just a little bit longer.
Let's press into the earth, come back up, and we're going to keep that prop accessible. I'm using that big pillow. We're going to take our hands forward and lunge your left foot forward to the front of your mat, and then take the pillow right underneath your hips and your groin. So the back leg supported. And let's take both hands on either side of the front foot, maybe onto your blocks if you have them. Lift the heart up, maybe untuck the toes, and hold here. Okay, this is the fun part. Now we're going to heel toe the left foot over. So this is like a trifecta of poses. We're going to keep the left foot forward and take the right leg into a half frog. Okay, now you might have to walk your feet and your legs a little wider. That right foot, you want to try to line up with your knee if possible. And then you can stay upright on your hands. So it's similar to a half squat. like a dragon and a frog, okay? So you get a little bit of each in this pose, and then if you come on down, you'll get a different sensation. You get right into that hip and to the outer thigh, get some nice rotation.
Remember, we're working with all the connective tissue in that area, so bring it some attention and just allow the energy to move.
Push into your hands. Wasn't that delicious? Take the knees back. And now we're gonna take that prop, keep it right where it is, grab onto your block. You can take it up really high or maybe use a couple of blocks. You're gonna take your forehead down onto the block, take your hands down, lift yourself up into a nice downward dog. So you're supported here. Take the prop up as high as you want. We're only gonna stay here for a little bit. Maybe wiggle the hips from side to side. Depending upon where you're needing the support, you can take the block a little lower, your hands a little bit further forward. And then drop to your knees. Let's keep the pillow just where it is and take the right leg forward into your yin dragon. So squaring off the hands to the top of the mat and the shoulders, and keep that left leg behind you. And then maybe lift the heart. Okay, let's transition this. Heel toe your foot over. Both hands stay to the inside. And we're going to take that left knee forward. So you can take your hips slightly back, bring them forward, back, find that sweet spot, and then maybe drop down to your forearms. Okay, friends, come on up to your hands. Take both knees back. We're going to turn towards the long side of the mat. Take both knees right up against that pillow. If you have another prop, take another prop on top of that. Just take a moment here, seated. And let's rinse out the legs a little bit. So take your hands forward, lift your hips up, pedal out those legs. And then go ahead, drop to your knees. Take your left hip right on top of that block. And right hand comes down, left arm reaches back behind you. And then go ahead and lengthen through that side body. Right foot comes behind you. And please feel free to tweak this pose as much as you need to, because depending upon your torso and your legs, you might have to move your hips forward or back a little bit. So fine tune it for you. There's a whole menu of choices in our yin practice. Go ahead and work with what your body needs today at this moment. Now press down into the earth. Turn towards the long side of your mat again. And this time you're going to take the pillow in front of you. Take yourself wide into the child's pose again. But we're going to reach our arms forward, slide them forward, and then press them up. Okay, let's come on up. We're going to move over to the left, and the pillow comes onto your right side. Let's take the little block on top of it, if you have one, and drape yourself over that side. You're welcome to play with a half bind here too. Take that left arm behind you, lift your heart up. Feel the body starting to shift, all the energy starting to transform.
And feel free to tweak this pose. You might notice that your body's not in quite the right position, so you might have to move your hips a little higher or lower on your props. Your arm might be bent. And then just soften.
Connecting with the breath, and maybe even become the breath. So move from a narrow focus to an open focus, from those beta waves to the theta. And let's release this, friends. Come on down onto your hands and knees. Let's take this aside. Okay, and we're going to just take a moment. I want you to lift your hips up into the sky. And this is a nice way to just move some energy. So we're going to hang in our dangling or ragdoll and just traverse around the mat. So just take a nice big circle. And then go in the other direction, nice and slowly. And once you're facing the opposite direction, just hang here, shift your weight forward and back a couple of times. Shake out your head. Feel the nice shifting of energy by transferring your weight forward and back. And then drop on down to your knees. Let's take a cat and cow here. So hands underneath your shoulders, knees under your hips, round through the spine. And again, shift the weight forward and back. And stay in this cat. Take your hips from side to side. And then come into your cow. So arching through your cow and wag your tail from side to side. And maybe even taking your weight forward and back. Pushing into the finger pads and the thumb pads, opening up through the toes. And then have a seat back. Okay, we are going to take our pillow underneath our knees now, opening up into ankle pose. So if you have a bunch of props, the higher you go, the more intense this is for you. So everybody's feet are really different. Just be mindful and honor that. And then if you want to, you're going to take your arms up into a goal post. So you can use a strap or no strap, and then heart open. Simply lift your heart up. Let's release this and reverse it. So come up and then tuck your toes under for toes pose. Again, if you want more intensity, you play with the props. So the higher you go, it's the opposite. So the higher you go, the less sensation. The lower you go, the more sensation you're going to feel in those toes. Try to open up the webbing of the feet if you can. And now we're going to take either the hands right at the nape of the neck, right on that hairline, or you can use your strap again, right at the nape of the neck near the hairline. Push into it gently, or you can take your hands right back there.
while we're here, we're going to add just a little bit of pressure. And you can use your thumbs to add a circular motion at the back of your neck. Now, if you're using the strap, you can just add the pressure. This gentle massage actually stimulates the vagus nerve, or it's also known as the wandering nerve, because it spans all the way up from our cranium all the way down to our colon. And it's one of the, if not the main component of the parasympathetic nervous system. So while you're here, just gently massage or add some pressure in the back of your neck. And then let's add a soothing vocal ujjayi breath. So think of your ujjayi breathing. So you're going to throttle the back of your throat as you exhale. And then I want you to add that same humming sound like we did with the Brahmari. Again, throttling the back of your throat and the Brahmari bee buzzing breath.
And release that. Okay, friends, let's move into final relaxation. If you want to, you can keep a pillow underneath your legs for a little more restoration, whatever you're feeling today. Flip the palms open. Close your eyes. Just soften, let the pose allow in that quiet and stillness. Okay, friends, wiggle your fingers, your toes. I invite you to stay on your back if you can, a little bit longer. Maybe take a nap. Or come on over to one side in a little ball. And just rest here for a moment. Let's come on up to a seated pose. And as you close your practice, maybe tune into that intention that we set earlier. Maybe take it with you off the mat into your life. Bring your hands to your heart. Thank you so much for shining your light with me today. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Namaste, Namaste, my friends, my beautiful friends. Thank you so much. Thank you so, so much. And if you're interested in doing more yin practices, I have 2 calendars. So I have the Yin Yoga Flexibility Retreat, which most of those practices are pretty lengthy. They're anywhere from 45 to 90 minutes. And they're 6 days a week with a day off that you can do another practice or play with some pranayama. And then there's Transform, which is shorter practices, and there's some yang in there too, just not many, but there's some yin, yang, or yang. I think you'll enjoy that as well. So download those calendars and start today. Namaste, friends.